How to paint your airsoft guns like a pro. Today we're painting my G&G Warthog. So I've got the gun taped up. I've taped up the mag well by putting in a dust cover and then putting tape around that to make sure there's no gaps. The trigger guard, selector switch, and barrel. Make sure to tape up your barrel and mag well the best. Those are the most important parts you do not want spray paint in. Today we're going to be basing the camo off of this pattern I've created in the past. It's kind of a snakeskin-esque vibe. Super good for where I live in Utah. Make sure to shake up your spray paint really well. If not, your gun can look extremely poor. Now you've shaken up your paint, get a nice spray going on an angle. Start with your lightest color and then we'll move on to a darker green, but not your darkest color. I'm starting with a tan and then moving to a foresty green. My camera wasn't recording this, so I just skipped ahead a little bit. I'm lining up these pieces that I took apart to make sure I get the camo pattern on just right. So when we put everything back together, it looks really good. I'm sitting and doing streaks back and forth just right above it, like from a foot away or closer, to make sure I get the good consistency of paint I want on my gun. I let those first few stripes dry for a minute, and once I was done, I moved on to the next stuff. Make sure to get a consistent pattern going of green, tan, or whatever colors you're doing. Make sure you add a couple coats of paint, because if you want it to really stick, do that. We are going to add a clear coat later on though. I'm going to speed this up so you guys don't have to watch me sit and paint guns for the entire video. We're now going to start with some jersey material. So I'm setting this up over the green so that I can get a nice spray. I'm showing two different ways you can do this to get a different look. Either way looks super cool when it comes out at the end. There's the pattern. It looks like snakeskin, kind of. Pretty cool. Anyway, now we're going to move on. Another way you can do this, instead of just covering one section at a time, you can cover the entire thing and just do a spray of tan across the top or whatever color you're using, and then a spray of green, and it will only get on top of whatever spots are there. I recommend doing green first. Actually, I should have worded that differently. I'm doing a mix of the first and second way I told you. You can paint the snakeskin pattern on to get a more detailed camo. We're now going to do the same thing to the gun. Now lay out your material. I'm using jersey material. You could use a laundry basket or whatever, as long as it has like a hexagon or whole pattern. This is what the gun looks like after its first coat. Repeat the pattern on all sides. Now we're done with that pattern. We're going to put a fake leaf or just some greenery you have outside on top and spare our darker colors to break up the light accenting. We're now going to repeat that on the barrel cover. Once you finish that, get your clear coat out and start clear coating your entire gun. Make sure you get a good coat of it on, but not too thick, otherwise it will look shiny and not as good. Also, make sure to use matte clear coat. It's now time to remove the tape. Now we've finished painting our gun and removing the tape. Put your gun back together if you took it apart like me to get better accenting. Always make sure to bag up your screws and bolts so that you do not lose them. As you guys can see, the gun works great. And the reason it works great is because we took the extra precautions to make sure paint didn't get in our system. But anyway, go try out painting your own gun because it's a super fun experience. And just go on a full sand. Just do it. It's the only way to get it to look good. And if you don't like it, throw another coat of paint on. Anyways, I hope the video helped. And if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe.